We decided we couldn't go through with it. But do you know what? You've just changed my mind. If that's how you really see us, Chris, then I'll be quite happy to sue the clinic, all right?
So you're telling me you never want to have a baby?
That's what I just said, Guy.
When did you decide this?
Well, I've had serious doubts ever since I got my first doll. I never took it out of the cardboard box it came in. And as for babies, I think I completely went off the idea when you decided that we were having one.
Okay, so maybe I jumped the gun a bit, but that doesn't mean you have to declare yourself a baby-free zone.
Yes, it does. Look, I've examined my inner feelings, and it seems when God was handing out maternal instincts, he passed me right by.
This is all to do with your feelings about your family, isn't it?
Maybe it is.
It doesn't have to be like that with us.
Guy, there are lots of things I'd like to do, but enduring hours of pain to produce a screaming baby is not one of them.
That may be how you feel now, but you...
Look, tell you what. You want to have a baby so bad, have one. I've got better things to do.
I can hear you loud and clearly, thank you.
It works.
First time for everything.
Bernie's off the hook then.
After a stern lecture, yep.
He's okay, my bro. I know, he has a tendency to go overboard.
I seem to remember that's how we met.
He worships the ground you walk on, you know. Hold that thought.
Isn't that the neatest? All I need now is a stereo and my life will be perfect. Lily says life's nothing without music.
Does she now? Well, I am sorry, but there will be no more presents from Bernie.
But...
And no hints, please.
Oh, Lily says the only thing men are good for are money and presents.
Men? I'm serious.
Bernie likes giving us stuff.
That is too bad. It's got to stop.
Why?
Because in the end, presents don't actually mean anything.
You don't say anything when Johnny gives me stuff.
Well, Johnny has got a whole lot more right to do that than Bernie has.
I guess. I hope you're not going off Bernie, because he's quite cool sometimes. And it would be really bad for me if you split up.
Why's that?
Don't you know anything about the teenage psyche? We're supposed to have consistent role models.
Oh, and I suppose my one male friend since Johnny and I broke up blows that, does it?
No, I'm just warning you. There was this girl on Ties of the Heart. Her mother had all these affairs, and the girl ended up a drug addict.
Consider me warned. Now, will you get your A into G and get ready for school, please?
Can you drop me off?
What's wrong with biking?
I told Dora about the car Bernie gave us.
Loaned us?
Anyway, she wants to see it.
Oh, Chris, you just missed a call from Kim Hill's producer.
What does she want?
To talk to you about the Pharmex inquiry. Today, if possible.
Today?
They're doing a special on prescription drugs and accountability.
So she thought you'd take a few bites out of me.
Oh, she's not that bad.
For someone who eats politicians for breakfast, no.
Well, it's up to you, but we need all the damage control we can get.
I know. It's just this damn Simon Bell.
But surely he can't win, if it gets off the ground at all.
Oh, it'll get off the ground, all right. I think I just pushed Kirsty and Lionel into suing us for every cent they can.
You did what?
Well, I overreacted all over them. Now, thanks to my big mouth, Kirsty is threatening to join the lawsuit.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Mate, that's a coffee plunger.
You might call it that. I call it a vase. Looks choice, eh?
Yeah, Kirsty's a real sweetie. Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah, that's what friends are for, eh, Smiley? Kia ora, Vic.
Ooh, kia ora. Nice flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I hope you don't want coffee. You couldn't find a vase.
Nah, don't drink the stuff.
Nothing wrong with instant anyway. Oh, gotta keep busy, keep yourself out of trouble. Spot you, back.
Be there soon, bro.
Well, nice to see you two getting on better.
He's been really great, man. We went to Talita's grave today. And Steve's. It's been a year.
Oh, Sammy, I didn't know. You okay?
You've been keeping a low profile, madam. Is everything all right?
No, but I'm pretending it is. See, this is me smiling.
You cannot kid me. Hey, maybe you should take some time off.
Why, so I can sit around brooding?
No, so you can do anything you want, including nothing.
No, I'm better working, Ellen.
Yeah, we all say that. I wonder if it's true.
I had a call from the cops today. They want to talk to me again before they wrap up the inquiries into Daryl's companies.
Do you really think you can be of any use to them?
No. You know, this killer's still out there somewhere. Probably doesn't even give it a damn second thought.
I've just seen Chris. He's in a mad panic about having to do a radio interview with Kim Hill about FarmX.
Don't blame him.
No. Hey, why don't you come out with boring old me sometime? We could even have a bash at having some fun.
Well, there's a new Antonio Banderas film I'd like to see.
Arty director, is he? Hope it hasn't got anything to do with burning charcoal.
He's a Spanish actor, and the only thing smouldering are his longing looks.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm easily persuaded. When should we go?
Or how about after work?
Oh, I can't. I've got to take Minnie to the dentist.
Well, can't Johnny take her?
He's tied up in theatre.
Oh, well, another night.
Unless I ask Bernie.
Well, let's face it, the guy's desperate to help, so why not use him?
Oh, you are so mercenary.
Thank you.
Ah, just the wife I wanted to see. Good news, sort of.
Oh, let me guess. Chris fell down a lift shaft?
Come on, he didn't mean what he said. He's just worried about the clinic.
Aren't we all? I don't see why he should get away with insulting us. So what's the news?
Well, I spoke to the lawyer, and he thinks we've got a very good chance of winning the case as a group.
Great.
Someone should tell Chris never to get on the wrong side of Kirsty Knight.
Damn right. So what should we do?
They work very hard. You know that. They saved my life.
Eventually.
We can't sue our mates, Kirsty.
Well, darling, they won't be paying. The clinic is covered by insurance.
Well, I don't think it runs that high.
Face it, Lionel. One, we broke. Two, Chris is a pig.
Well, that may be so, but I don't think it's good enough grounds for suing. I mean, if we go ahead with this, it's got to be for the right reasons. And spite isn't one of them. And neither is financial gain.
Let's just go along with it for now and see what happens. That can't hurt.
I suppose. I'd like to have babies with Carmen. I would love to have babies with Carmen.
It is interesting how many women say never ever and end up changing their minds.
Yeah, but how many stubborn, pig-headed mules do?
Well, if you get off her back, she might come round.
You reckon?
Try it and see.
Hey, I thought you were going to ring me.
I am. Look.
Just as well. I thought you were going to visit me as well.
Well, I'll tell you what. I won't wash this off until I've come round. How's that?
You better make it soon then.
I will.
How did you tear off, you lucky?
Can't wait. Hey, Smiley. Dolores was just leaving, weren't you?
Yeah, I've got my rollerblades on already. See you soon, Ringy.
So much for keeping out of trouble, eh? No complaints so far. But hey, Sammy, don't worry. This dude's taking a leaf out of your book. From now on, I'm not putting a foot wrong.
Well, good to see you still paying attention to the important things, Warner. Yep, can't let myself go just yet. What about you, partner? How's that stroppy woman of yours?
Don't ask.
Sounds like we got some catching up to do.
You don't want to hear about it?
Sure I do. You home tonight?
Yeah, I think so, but the last thing I want to talk about is that, okay?
Hey, Groovers. See Mum?
Last seen in her office.
Nah, just checked.
Where are you off to? I am about to take to the airwaves again. An interview with Kim Hill about the FarmX inquiry.
Ooh, prepare to die.
I reckon. Bad drugs, patients carking. You're going to go down on a screaming heap.
Thanks for the encouragement, guys.
Hey, just relax. What's the worst she can do to you?
Tear me to pieces? Make me cry?
I've got to hear this.
You'll be fine. Oh, hang on. That's it. Go get him, cowboy.
How's Minnie?
In fine form. Every second sentence begins with Lulu says.
I thought that might happen sooner or later.
Apparently they were the rebels from hell at camp. Anyway, that's the good news. The bad news is I've got some work over at Central. I'm going to need someone to fill in at Kennedy's.
Oh, it never ends.
So I interviewed a couple of guys.
And?
They make Nick look like a genius.
I am. It's a well-kept secret.
An art student. The perfect disguise.
I know you just popped in to shout your dear old mum out to lunch.
Wrong. You give me the money, I get the food. There's nothing in the fridge at home.
I know. I've been too frantic to get to the supermarket.
Me too.
Strictly for shopping.
You broke, Nick. You can always come back to Kennedy's. People still ask for the rude waiter. And I've got a few odd jobs need doing.
Too much varsity work. I'll take the car, eh, Mum?
We need washing powder too.
Done.
I'm going to have another chat with Lionel about the job.
Maybe that's not such a good idea right now.
Why not?
Chris is convinced he's going to sue the clinic.
Hey, Lionel?
It may never happen, but in the meantime...
Now that I have got the day off, I'm going to make the most of it. Overdraft, here I come.
No, I remember the days when I had an overdraft. My bank just laughed at me last time I asked for one.
Well, you have to work on your relationship with money, Kirst. You're obviously not comfortable with it.
Well, I'd be very comfortable with it if I had any.
Hey, babe, want to go for a ride?
I'd love to, but I'm due at the hairdresser's. Then I'm having my legs waxed, and then I've got a session in one of those flotation tanks to clear some space in my head.
Getting crowded in there, is it?
Sorry?
Nothing.
Anyway, spending money always cheers me up.
You can spend some on me if you like.
Well, I might if you're nice to me.
Hey, can you fit 2 people in one of those tanks?
I never thought of that.
Oh, another happy shopper.
Yep, retail therapy does it for me every time.
I know. Hey, babe.
Problem?
Only retail envy on top of real estate blues. Imagine what we could do with thousands of dollars.
Can we stop talking about this lawsuit thing, please?
Well, what have we got to lose?
Okay, a couple of scenarios. We win, the clinic closes, and our friends are all out of work. Or maybe we lose, then we get hit with a huge lawyer's bill. I mean, do you know how much lawyers cost?
They're not cheap. Oh, no. Sorry. How much do lawyers cost these days?
It depends on your lawyer.
Not now, Kirst.
Well, how much did yours cost? Was she expensive?
You could say that, yeah.
Have you talked to Caitlin yet?
No, like I said, case closed.
Listen, honey, I didn't go to all that trouble to help you spend a small fortune to see you give up over a minor setback.
Grace, the woman is married. I hardly call that a minor setback.
Well, it could have been worse. She could have been a fundamentalist or a Michael Bolton fan. Now ring her.
Hey, Sammy, whose are these?
Mine. Kirsty gave them to me.
Ooh, special occasion, eh?
Stephen TP's death. It's been a year.
Oh, I'm sorry, I just completely forgot.
Me too.
Oh, Sammy, look, I haven't caught up with you for ages.
That's okay. I've been pretty busy too.
Hey, why don't you come round for dinner one night soon?
Okay, sure.
How about Saturday?
Yeah, I look forward to it.
About today?
Mm.
You okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine, eh? Just gotta keep busy. If I hurry, I got time for a circuit class.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
It's hard to believe it was a year ago, eh?
Do you remember what also happened a year ago?
Yeah, how could I forget?
Happy anniversary.
Should be, shouldn't it?
Well, we could always stop fighting, at least for one day.
I'd like that. As long as there's no more baby talk.
I'll try to forget about it.
You'll have to, because that's how it's going to be.
We'll be on in a minute.
Fine.
It looks perfect.
Sorry.
Your hair. I find it pastel your best for the listeners. Here we go. Welcome back. With me in the studio is Dr. Chris Warner, Associate Medical Director of one of the clinics involved in the Pharmax inquiry. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Kim.
Dr. Warner's clinic, the Shortland Street Medical Centre, was one of several sold fake drugs by Pharmax. One patient died at Shortland Street as a result, and several others were put at serious risk. I'll be asking Dr. Warner exactly how it happened and whether it could have been prevented.
Excuse me, Mr. McGill, won't be a moment. Have you got time to pop down to the staff room? Chris is on the radio again.
Throw me some more.
True, but we really should. No, it's okay, I'm joking. I suppose I should hear him out this time. Well, now's your golden opportunity, and it's Kim Hill.
Oh, I see.
Not that I approve of blood sports or anything, but I'm in. Finish your obs, and I'll meet you down there. Sure.
Do you think you acted quickly enough?
We acted as quickly as we could once we realised the patients weren't responding to drug therapy.
Well, wasn't that obvious?
We use a variety of drug companies. It was ironic that the drugs that worked were masking the real problem.
For a dangerously long time, according to an inquiry source. So long that one patient died.
That death was very unfortunate. We did all we could to prevent it.
Not according to the report in the newspaper. I understand your father's heading the inquiry.
That's right.
Do you think that we can expect an impartial result?
As a matter of fact, I think it was an unwise choice.
Unwise?
Well, the last thing I want is for people to think that we got off lightly because my father headed the inquiry.
So you agree there's a conflict of interest?
Well, not necessarily, but...
Not necessarily? I mean, does he or doesn't he?
Well, it could look that way, which is enough to undermine public confidence in the inquiry.
How does it look to you?
Not good.
So you think he should resign?
I think he should consider it, yes.
Warner, you cunning old dog.
That's very candid of you.
Thank you.
I hope Sir Bruce is listening.
The inquiry, then, is a farce. Am I right?
I wouldn't go that far.
I think you already have. With Sir Bruce Warner at the helm, how can we expect anything but a whitewash?
Well, you could be right. But let's get back to the real issue here, which is patient welfare.
By all means, is it true that some of those patients are suing or considering suing the clinic?
It is.
But I think it would be very unfortunate if their lawsuit was successful.
Unfortunate?
For you mean?
It would be a sad day for this country to see its medical workers living in fear of lawsuits. I mean, we've seen what's happened in America. It's a lawyer's playground. I wouldn't want
that to happen here.
I'm sure you wouldn't. The lines are open now. If you have any further comments or questions for Dr. Warner on the Pharmex drug inquiry, give us a call now.
Are you sure you know where this place is?
Positive. I know the street map like the back of my hands now.
Okay, well, if you get lost, give me a call, okay?
I won't.
Well, look, maybe I should come. We don't need to do the paperwork.
No, she's cool. Anyway, I told Mrs. Bennett she could ride up front and play with the flashing lights. Hey, Mrs. Bennett.
Excellent. Well, take your break after you drop Mrs. Bennett off.
Sounds good.
Bye, man.
You're listening to Kim Hill on National Radio. Dr. Chris Warner from Shortland Street Medical Centre, one of the clinics sold fake drugs by Pharmex, is with me. Do you think that the medical centre should be held responsible? We're taking questions and comments. The first caller's on the line. Good morning, Nick. You're on the air, caller.
Oh, yeah. I'd just like to say that Shortland Street's a really awesome place.
And I know for sure that those guys wouldn't deliberately kill anyone.
You've obviously had personal experience at the clinic.
Oh, yeah. They did a real good job when I came off my bike once.
And my mum works for them.
She definitely wouldn't work for murderers. Thanks. Bye.
That's a vote of confidence, Dr. Warner. We'll take our next caller.
It's all very well for Dr. Warner to defend his staff, but he shouldn't forget that people died or suffered because they were given the wrong drugs, and that's because nobody ever checked. It's negligence and it's damn criminal.
Would you like to respond to that, Dr. Warner?
Our daughter died at that clinic, and I'd hate to see anyone else go through what my wife and I have.
Mr. Twentyman.
That's right.
Have you spoken to Dr. Warner before, Mr. Twentyman?
We didn't even know Tina was in there having an operation, and when it all went wrong, all we got were the same excuses he's been giving you. Someone's got to be answerable for this.
Hi.
Hey, there's an emergency.
Come in.
So, what do you really think of Antonio?
Nice tush.
Hanging out too, though.
That certainly helps.
Yeah, but it's not essential. Actually, you know, he reminded me a bit of Johnny, don't you think?
Not really. Besides, looks aren't everything.
So you keep saying.
A good interview, eh? Chris did well.
Yeah. I'll bring you coffee over.
I felt so sorry for Tina's parents.
You just made me feel lucky.
Could have been you too, darling. Maybe this lawsuit will teach them to be more careful in future.
Well, do you think the Twentymans care about that lawsuit? I mean, it's not going to help bring your daughter back, is it?
True. I better get back to work.
Hey, thanks, man.
I saw that lawyer friend of yours earlier. I reckon she's addicted to my muffins.
Is that right?
Yeah, she was asking you if you were around.
Here he is, the king of the airwaves.
Hardly.
She was a tough interview.
She was nothing compared to that call from Ross Twentyman. That really knocked me for 6. The irony is, of course, he's not even one of the ones suing the clinic.
Can I get you something?
Double whiskey?
Look, if it's any consolation, I'm having second thoughts about this lawsuit.
Yeah, well, that's up to you. You finished for the day?
Just about.
Great, let's go home, have a few drinks, feel sorry for ourselves.
Sounds like fun.
Hi, all. Hey, thanks for doing that, Bernie.
No problem.
How's the movie?
Mushy. How was the dentist?
One filling, and she said I might have to have my wisdom teeth out.
Not the wisdom teeth. Oh, no.
What happens?
Well, first they get a crowbar, then they... No, just kidding.
Well, I suppose I better make a start on dinner.
I'll tell you what, why don't I get takeaways from some gourmet-type place? What do you reckon?
No, it's okay. I feel like cooking.
Yeah, can we have takeaways?
Yeah, go on. Give yourself the night off. You're a hard-working nurse.
All right.
Yeah. You know, the best thing in the world? Sitting around, having a meal together. Like family.
Hey, wait. Wait.
I've got to go, babe. I'm late. Keys. You see my ambulance keys?
Hey, you might have to stay here.